Well, let me introduce you to the Gulyás soup. This is probably the best known Hungarian dish around the world. And then this is also very close to our hearts. This is our best hit and then the most popular dish at the embassy as well.
Good afternoon, my name is Hungary Gulyásleves. I am the chef of the Hungarian embassy in Tokyo. For the Gulyás soup, what we're going to use, onions, some garlic, oil, and the paprika powder. I'm going to use two different kind of, sweet one, hot one. Some nice Japanese beef leg, and some vegetables. First of all, we're going to prepare the base, a nice fine chopped onions. First of all, I'm going to a little bit breaking the garlic. Hungarian people loves garlic. It looks a really big amount of garlic, but believe me, all the meat, the potatoes, the carrot and the vegetables is gonna take it all the way along this too much garlic flavor. So you're gonna have a really nice harmonic feeling in your mouth. Gonna give a nice extra flavor of the freshness and even a kind of like a sweetness from the paprika. You don't need to cut as perfect size, you just have to chop it because this one gonna be all disappearing in the base. If you can buy a nice celery, like a ball, then you can add as an extra garnish. I prefer to cook into the base. In that case, the base is gonna be more deep and heavy. Start cutting the meat. Please, you can cut as big as you want the size. As more big, that the cooking time becoming more long. So let's today small dices. The carrot for it. I would love to say you're gonna cut the carrot almost the same size as the meat. It's gonna be exactly same size as the carrot. The paprika powder has a really nice color, as you can see. But what is really important, the paprika powder can burn easily. So when you're making the base, always have to control the fire to make sure that the paprika powder is not going to be burned. If the paprika powder is burned, you have to throw away everything because it's going to be really bitter. So let's start cooking. First, start going in the oil. Nicely, gently. So first of all, nicely sweating down the onions. We have to make a really nice caramelization on the onions. What is actually the best one is a nice tea brown color. The onions start getting ready, the coloration. It's going to be the paprika. Is the celery. Half of them. Garlic. One of them, it's a bit roasted, but it's give a nice caramel feeling. When we're having a nice coloration in our food, we're gonna add the tomatoes. The tomato is the last one. because the acid gonna pull all together the vegetables. So all the juice and softness gonna disappear because it's becoming like a thief again. So the tomato is gonna be always the last one. Turn off the gas. And you're gonna add the paprika powder. Both of them, the red and the hot. Okay? So, as you can see, the red paprika powder color becoming more red, deep like a blood. But in the same time, it's sticking on in our pot. It's actually adding a little bit, not too much, just to make sure that our ingredients not gonna burn when we make the gas again. It makes all the ingredients like a paste in our base. We're gonna add a little bit more water. I'm gonna adding the rest of the garlic for the freshness. Caraway seed, black pepper, and the salt. You can see we don't have any more water. We just only oil, but it's nicely frying. So first of all, with this one, we're adding the meat. After this, we are adding a little bit of water. Not much, doesn't need much. So we're gonna start cooking it till the meat is nice tender, okay? Our Gulyás soup is nicely, softly, gentle cooking then. You can see the color, you can see the deepness of the base. It's really like thick, heavy something. We're gonna add the rest of the water. Cover it again. The Gulyás soup is nicely cooking, as you can see. The potatoes. Cooked everything well, and we're gonna serve the food.
It's a dish that originated from the herdsmen, so to say the Hungarian cowboys that were on the great Hungarian plain taking care of the cow herds. And then they prepared this dish in a kettle, in a nabe. But now this dish is found in high-end restaurants all around the world, and then gulyás is now one of our national symbols, at least of the Hungarian gastronomy. So I will try now. You can see the vegetables in it, and then of course the meat that is usually very tender. Very rich and very deep flavors that are very characteristic to Hungary. And again, the paprika comes back as the main ingredient of this dish. And I also need to introduce the beauty of the plate. This is also from Herend, and the company that has 195 years of history now. So Herend, started as a small porcelain manufacturer in Hungary, and in 1851, in the World Exhibition in London, Queen Victoria ordered a set of dishes from Herend. They have created more than 1,000 patterns. Needless to say that these are all handmade. So let me have a few words about the wine. This wine is from the Villány wine region of Hungary, which is in the southwest of the country. This is the #1 red wine region in Hungary. This wine is from the Sauska winery, Sauska winemaker. And then this is also available in Japan, and you can find it in Japanese stores and supermarkets as well. It has a nice spiciness. I think the spiciness of the wine goes very well with the deep and rich flavors of the Gulyás. They, again, very much complement each other. We have a lot of other things to show you, and then we have a lot of other dishes to introduce. So I would like to encourage to stay with us and then come back next time when we present a different Hungarian dish.